Ladies and gentlemen of the media, the fugitive's name is Kenneth Nanaya Ofori. Mr. Ofori is 66 years old. He was the Minister of Finance of the Republic between 2017 and 2024. Mr. Ofori left the jurisdiction on or around 2 January 2025. On 24 January 2025, the OSP communicated to Mr. Ofori that the OSP considered him a suspect in respect of 4 of the cases described above.
Breaking news, Atta, former finance minister, OCP, I declare wanted, special prosecutor for Mahama Amamuno, I declare former finance minister, wanted. In Chilemunie was America claiming almost started investigation. I want to home now charges on Modia Bon, Makuma 5. Hana, Yaboswa, just say, Papa no or ball money for me pass and passes Esca winner.
Contractual arrangements between Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited and the Ghana Revenue Authority for the stated objective of the enhancement of revenue assurance in the downstream petroleum sector, upstream petroleum production, and minerals and metals resources value chain. 2. Termination of a distribution, loss reduction, and associated network improvement project contract between the Electricity Company of Ghana Limited and Beijing Xiaochen Technology BXC. 3. Procurement of contractors and materials and activities and payments in respect of the National Cathedral project. 4. Activities and payments in respect of a contract awarded by the Ministry of Health, initially commenced by the Ministry for Special Development Initiatives to Service Ghana Auto Group Limited for purchases and after-sales service and maintenance of 307 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter 305 CDI ambulances for the National Ambulance Service. And 5. Payments out of and utilization of the tax refund account of Ghana Revenue Authority. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, the fugitive's name is Kenneth Nanaya Ofori. Mr. Ofori is 66 years old. He was the Minister of Finance of the Republic between 2017 and 2024. Mr. Ofori left the jurisdiction on or around 2 January 2025. On 24 January 2025, the OSP communicated to Mr. Ofori that the OSP considered him a suspect in respect of 4 of the cases described above. Mr. Ofori was directed to attend in person the OSP on Monday, 10 February 2025 at 10 GMT for interview. By communication dated 31 January 2025, Mr. Ofori instructed his lawyers to inform the OSP that he was out of the jurisdiction indefinitely on medical grounds, and that the firm will notify the OSP of his arrival in the country in aid of rescheduling his personal attendance at the OSP. Further, the firm offered its willingness to provide the OSP with any information the OSP may require to aid in the investigation until his arrival in the country. Then on 5 February 2025, the OSP responded to Mr. Ofori, copied to his lawyers, that the OSP did not need or require notification from his lawyers of his arrival in the jurisdiction. The OSP acknowledged Mr. Ofori's lawyers' gracious offer to provide the OSP with information in aid of the investigation. However, and this is important, the OSP insisted that Mr. Ofori's personal attendance at the OSP was required. After all, the lawyers are not under investigation. I don't need lawyers to answer questions on your behalf when you are being investigated. The OSP declined Mr. Ofori's request to be away from the jurisdiction indefinitely on medical grounds on his say-so. Consequently, the OSP directed Mr. Ofori to indicate by close of business on Monday, 10 February 2025, a reasonable date of his return to the jurisdiction and attendance at the OSP. The OSP warned Mr. Ofori that if he failed so to do, The OSP will take all necessary legal steps to secure his return to the jurisdiction and attendance at the OSP at our own choosing. Subsequently, by a communication dated 10 February 2025, that is just Monday, Mr. Ofori's lawyers transmitted to the OSP a generic letter procured by Mr. Ofori purporting to be from a doctor in a foreign jurisdiction, stating that Mr. Ofori had been seen and evaluated, and that he was undergoing further testing and management and possible surgical intervention at an indicated future time. And further, that his medical condition necessitates that he will stay and follow up on his appointments. On account of this purported medical letter, Mr. Ofori's lawyers prayed that the attendance in person of Mr. Ofori at the OSP should be fixed, taking into account the medical report from his doctors.
Video also comment section papa can Ofori or say the letter by so or yare, but a report in Nima and yare or Maton Safran and was said over a bit in Semano. And Nuntino, declared wanted a can say police for a Gusua, Moto Gukuma, or Motion Gitty. I had 3 media tribe, but I was also subscribing. I will be a subscriber button, so now was subscribing.